I'm WFAE education reporter James Farrell, and this is Education Mondays, your weekly roundup of the local education news that you need to know. We had a really busy Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools Board meeting last week, so let's dive in. First up, the ongoing fallout from the incident at Ardrey Kell High School continues. We saw renewed calls for action from the community following the altercation between a black male student and a Muslim female student. You'll remember that the girl's family has said the boy attacked and injured her and have been calling for this to be treated as a hate crime, but the boy's family has denied this portrayal, and law enforcement has declined to treat the incident as a hate crime, citing a lack of evidence. Supporters of the female student came out to last week's meeting to push the school board and CMS to advocate for an independent investigation into the incident and the school's response. It's unclear whether this will continue to develop or whether CMS might consider those calls, but it's worth noting the district has already declined to release surveillance footage of the incident, citing student privacy laws. Shifting gears to another major topic, the budget season. The debate around school funding and especially teacher pay is heating up. As we've reported previously, CMS is recommending a $2.1 billion budget for 2025-26, which includes a request to Mecklenburg County for funding an average 5% increase to the local teacher salary supplement. However, many residents and educators who spoke at last week's school board meeting are pushing for more. There were calls for a 10% increase to that supplement, with some arguing that local communities need to step up more, especially given potential revenue shortfalls at the state level and uncertainty about how changes to the federal Department of Education might affect school funding. The board will vote on the proposed budget next week. If approved, that request goes to Mecklenburg County. Finally, let's touch on the academic calendar. CMS has adopted its 2026-27 calendar with a start date of August 25th. So why does this matter? Because it brings up the perennial discussion about giving schools more flexibility to start earlier in August. Currently, state law forces schools to start around the Monday closest to August 26th, but many school districts, including CMS, have long called for the ability to start earlier so that the first semester ends before winter break. This has long been opposed by North Carolina's tourism industry, and many schools simply ignore the law and start earlier anyway. Now, there is a new bill in the Republican-led state Senate that proposes giving schools an option to start as early as the Monday closest to August 19th. However, that comes with stricter accountability measures for schools that don't follow the law. Superintendent Crystal Hill noted that the district will revisit the calendar if that law changes. Stay tuned to WFAE for more on local education and other stories.